Good morning, Bulldogs. My name is Karla Perez.
And I'm Hallie Schwartzkopf.
And welcome to your BNN News Show. This week, we'll be showing you more on the spring play,
girls tennis,
and Earth Week. All this and more here on your Bulldog News Network. The Columbus North's girls tennis team has had a nearly perfect record as of April 22nd with only one loss. A significant achievement of their season was their landslide victory against crosstown rivals Columbus East.
The Columbus North vs. East girls tennis match took place on April 8th. This crosstown rivalry has been going on since the second high school, Columbus East, opened in 1972. BNN spoke to the Columbus North assistant coach and a couple players to learn more about the match.
I started playing when I was 9 years old. I played for 6 years, and I started out in Mexico.
I've been playing tennis since I was in 5th or 6th grade, I think.
Team members and coaching staff discuss why they are looking forward to the match.
It's really important because it's the big rival game, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
I played 4 years. Every year I had 4 sisters that all played, and every year, this is like the big match to look forward to. So I think it's just important to me because of, all the experiences I've had and that I've seen with teams in the past, and I just want, these girls to be able to experience that same thing.
I just prepared myself mentally, just telling myself not to be nervous and to drink lots of water, and I've just gone to every single practice.
I prepared for this match by warming up with my other teammates, by just warming up the basics, ground strokes, volleys, overhead, serves. This is my first year in the high school season, so it's much different than middle school. It's more high stakes, it's more fun, honestly, I think.
I'm just looking forward to see, all these girls that I've been playing with for years and coaching for a while, see what they can do against each other.
The Columbus North varsity team won 5-0 and the JV team won 6-0. If you would like to support the girls tennis team, you can attend their next game on Saturday, April 27th at 9 a.m. at Avon High School. This is Hallie Schwartzkopf reporting for BNN. The cool weather didn't dampen the second annual Pride Festival, which took place on Washington Street and surrounding downtown areas. Community members and students attended along with vendors, musical acts, and performers.
This year was Columbus's second annual Pride Festival. BNN spoke to junior Joshua DeGroot, sophomore Riley McGovern, and Miss Gay Indiana Cassia Brooks.
I'm here today to support the LGBT community and just to have fun. So there's a guy that I really liked, and just one day I just couldn't deal with it, so I just came out. Coming out has definitely boosted my confidence. I feel confident about almost everything I do now. So yeah, it's really been a real confidence booster.
It's affected me. I've definitely become more confident in myself, and so I've learned so many other things about so many other people and hearing those stories, and it's kind of touching. I'm here because I just want to have fun and support, all the other people out there that, are afraid to come out and not be themselves.
It's a small town. I think representation for the entire LGBT community is great all across the country, no matter how big or small the town is, because the more time that we educate people, the better that the LGBT has representation all around.
Columbus's inaugural Pride Festival started last year when CSA graduate Erin Bailey organized it for her senior project. The festival continues this year and was organized by the City of Columbus.
I started drag when I was 21 years old. My entire life I was a ballet student and a gymnast. So when you turn 18 and you graduate high school, that kind of all ends for you. So doing drag was a way for me to maintain my stage presence and performing for people. If I could go back in time and say something to my younger self, I would say, stay true to yourself. There were several times in my life where I doubted myself and I kicked myself down. But I recently learned that it does really get better. Just keep pushing and striving for the best.
This is Karla Perez reporting for BNN. Environmental Club has been an active part of Columbus North's history, coming and going throughout the decades. However, within the past 2 years, the club has started meeting more frequently and taking on new initiatives. One senior used her interest in Environmental Club to create awareness during Earth Week.
BNN sat down with Suzanne Ward and Molly Nelson to learn more about Earth Week and how Columbus North was celebrating it.
My senior project was to create an environmental newsletter for the Environmental Club, and the reason that I chose this as my senior project was because I was realizing that the air we breathe and the water we drink and the food we eat, it's all affected by our actions, and I wanted to know as an individual how to make actions I would need to take to, make sure that the earth is able to supply food and water in the future.
Molly Nelson explains how students can help contribute to the Environmental Club.
We are raising money for Environmental Club here. We have a wide assortment of cookies and dirt pudding and little cake pop shaped like earths, and we have pins that are earthy related and stuff like that to raise money for Environmental Club in order to spread awareness around the community and the school about how recycling is very impactful and is a necessary addition to all communities to decrease the amount of trash in our environment.
I think we should celebrate Earth Day because at this point the future really depends on it, and it depends on us actually taking actions to help the earth. So that's why I think it's important to acknowledge it and actually act to help it.
The funds usually go to just Environmental Club to help us do little projects around the community. For example, funding trips to go to the recycling center and learning more information there so we can take it back here. And so if every day you recycle, you reuse, and you reduce, then you can help to reduce the amount of emissions in our environment.
This is Kyle Carlson reporting for BNN.
As of April 25th, the softball team's record is 3-6 after a victory over Bloomington High School North. The team scores have improved from previous seasons, with half of the games ending in victories.
Aiden Voss has been playing softball for 7 years. BNN sat down with Voss to talk about her experience with softball.
The season's gone pretty good so far. At the beginning we didn't have a lot of chemistry because we had a lot of new girls coming in, but then as the season's gone on we've gotten better and we've communicated more. And we won the game last night, so we're 1-0 in the conference and then 3-6 overall, so I'd say it's pretty good. My favorite position is probably second base because you're involved in a lot of the action.
Aiden discusses the most challenging part and her favorite part about softball.
The most challenging part is getting the timing down for the pitchers because a lot of different pitchers can pitch different speeds. My favorite part about the season is just getting to spend time with everybody and have a lot of fun doing it.
Voss talks about how the team prepares for each game and her favorite memory as being part of the team.
Before each game, we'll go around and say the goals that we want to accomplish for that game. So last year during practice, after practice, we all got a big slip and slide out and just had a lot of fun doing that.
This is Corbin Armstrong reporting for BNN.
June 1st, graduation, marks the end of the class of 2019's time at North. This year's valedictorian, Amanda Wisman, will be speaking at graduation, while the rest of the top 10 sit in the audience. However, this year makes history, while it is the first all-female top 10.
BNN sat down with senior and valedictorian Amanda Wisman to discuss Columbus North's 2019 top 10 being all women.
I think the all-female top 10 will make a difference in the next school years by inspiring young women and showing them that they can really achieve anything that men can achieve. When I found out that it was an all-female top 10, I was very excited because these other 9 females are people that I have known throughout elementary and middle school, and so I was really just excited to be graduating in the top 10 with all of my friends. I think the shift towards more females being in the top 10 is really a result of the Empowering Women movement, showing women that they can achieve anything that they set their minds to and that they don't have to be limited by what their predecessors have accomplished.
Also, in Time's Top 100 Most Influential People, 48% of them are women.
To be in the top 10, I really just focused on getting the best grade that I could in every class. I would suggest that they focus on the learning more than the grades because it's easy to get caught up in just attaining that A+, but in the end you might not have learned anything, and in the long run that's going to hurt you.
This year is the first year that Columbus North has ever had a top 10 be all female. The other highest year was 2017 with 7 women.
I think my mother has been a huge influence on me in achieving my goals because she's always, she still says all the time, like, the kind of work that you put into something shows your character. Like, even if something is not for a grade, or if you're putting in the effort to an extracurricular or anything you're doing, like, that's gonna show that you're a hardworking person.
This is Tristan Cook reporting for BNN.
This year's play, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, is about a boy who tries to solve the mystery of a murdered dog. The main character, Christopher, is on the spectrum, which coincides with Autism Awareness Month. The play usually takes place in the fall. However, this year, the musical and play were swapped to align with April.
BNN sat down with Ben Dickerson about the play and his experiences.
I starred in The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and it's a play about a kid named Christopher who has a sensory processing disorder, and it's really just telling the story through his eyes. I played the role of Ed, who is Christopher's father, and it's just kind of him going with Christopher through this journey, whether it's a good thing or not for Jaime or Christopher. We had rehearsal every week. We did a lot of yoga for some people who were trying to show what it was like to be inside Christopher's head, so they were very expressive on stage. So to do that, we watched some videos and other stuff like that, and we just, it took a lot of time, but we really got it down. This show is not like anything we've ever done before because it's very abstract, and we've never before had a projector that's just putting these images up and trying to show what's going on inside someone's head by using actors that are grouped around him. It was very interesting to watch come together, and I'm really glad with how it turned out. Easily my favorite scene in the entire show is at the very end when we got to bring out a live dog. It was fun getting to work with this trained dog, and just, it was pretty dope being to be able to be the guy who gets to bring the dog out at the end, I think.
This is Dimitri Bailey reporting for BNN.
And that's it for today, Bulldogs. I'm Karla Perez.
And I'm Hallie Schwartzkopf.
Have a great weekend.